Guys, hi. I don't know about you, but this is a video that I'm gonna enjoy making. I thought about it for quite a while. It might take some time for processing the whole thing, but really I think that you're gonna find some interest in it. Here are my, I'd say, favorite production EDC ever. I mean, I've used the bit. I used really those knives for every kind of tasks. Mostly, EDC, but also tactical for some. And I love them all of them. Pick one. I'm sure that they're all-time favorite, and really, those are really just great knives. Great knives. And if you had to pick one, what would you pick? I don't know. A Spyderco, translucent, the paramilitary 2, a Sebenza, whatever. This one is 25. The Reptilian, the Blur, the Sage series, the Onslaught, Techno. I don't know. Those are really nice knives. But if I had to pick one, that would be this guy over here on the left, which is, you're gonna think I'm crazy probably, but this is the SOG Vulcan Tanto. And this one is just my favorite EDC of all time. Of all time. Pick one. I mean, I'm sure you will have your preferences with all of those knives. The blur is kind of funky, but you know what I mean. You got a lot of blurs that will, I bought this one for the steel, which is CPM 154, which I really like. But this one is the SOG Vulcan Tanto. And my friend, I'm gonna make a review probably about this one, comparing what I think it's better with all of those knives. I'm gonna let them all here while talking about this one. And since it's a knife, let's start first with the blade. Okay, moving on with the blade shape. This is by far, it became my favorite blade shape. The Tanto and the Tanto style of the SOG is just absolutely amazing. It is quite a complex grind here. You've got the swedge up here, which is just great. A nice and deep hollow grind on the back. Here it's kind of flat grind on the Tanto part here. It's really complex and really nice looking overall. I really love the shape of the blade. Then you have the material, the blade steel, which is, will you focus here, my friend? Which is, okay, it doesn't want to focus. Anyway, that is a Sanmai VG10. Here, it's not a blemish here. This is the part where the VG10 starts on the cutting side. Here also, okay. So I really like VG10. Here, what do we have? If we talk about blade shape, blade steel, man, do I like the paramilitary too. But it's kind of regular shape, very often you find those shapes of blade with Spyderco. Nice flat grind, I really love for slicing, it's very nice. And what do we have here? S30V, which is just a great steel. S30V. Would you go for S30V instead of VG10? What would you pick? What would be your choice? Mine would be VG10, and I'll try to explain why. Here, well, I don't really know. It's a carpenter steel. It's PD or one, whatever. It's a kind of nice steel. Here, what do we have? Yeah, that's the Sage series for sure. It's S30V, great steel. CPM 154. Would you go for this one instead? Yeah, why not? Yeah, I kind of like the CPM 154. And what would I choose over CPM 54, so 154 and VG10? I don't know. Probably also the VG10, but I kind of like also this one. Really nice blade. This one is also 154 cm. Yeah, why not? Nice steel also. Oh, S35 VN for the 25. Yeah, what can I say? It's a great, absolutely great steel, but it holds an edge forever, that is for sure. But it takes forever to sharpen it. So it really for to get a razor sharp from the factory, it's not razor sharp. Out of the box, it's not razor sharp. So if you want to get to a razor sharp, which I really like, it takes forever. You know what? I used, I prepared this video. For once, I prepared just a little bit this video. And I used this knife, and it took me about 20 to 25 minutes to get a nice edge and to sharpen it. And I took this knife, which is a chef knife. And my wife beats the shit out of this knife. I mean, she uses this knife like every single fucking day. She uses this knife for cooking, and she hits the blade and the edge over the fork or whatever. I hate seeing her beating this knife out of. I mean, that is insane. I hate to see her, doing wrong to this knife. But I took this knife, and it took me like 10 minutes to sharpen it today. 10 minutes. This one, 25 minutes, if I remember correctly. And look what I found. This is what I got with some push cuts with the S35 VN. After 25 minutes, look at that. That's a push cut. That's push cut. Here it was, yeah, kind of fine. I tried to have, to have some really small cuts, but I wasn't able to. And look at what I got with my wife's knife. Look at those small push cuts here. Even more interesting here. Look at those really small, yeah, really tiny. Let me try to focus here. Yeah, you see, really small cuts here. And never was I able to get that with the S35 VN. That's push cuts, look at that. It's very neat, very clean. And like I said, look at that. Like I said, I got this with this knife. And believe me, she's got this knife for now probably a year and a half. And not a single day passes where she doesn't beat the hell out of this knife. So that's why I prefer VG10, because it doesn't hold the edge. The chef knife, this one, from my wife, I gotta sharpen it like probably twice or 3 times a month. But anyway, after that you get a real razor sharp, really good, where with this knife you don't get it. But that holds an edge longer, that is for sure. But you, I mean, I don't know. Just leave any comments. Just curse me, do whatever you need. But I really want to know if you have the same feeling about this blade, which again, with the steel. Again, I really like S35V and S30V, and those are really probably among my favorite blade steel, that is for sure. And I've got a huge collection of knife with a lot of S30VN. Really, I like the combination of, this is something that I really like, titanium handle and S30 or S35VN. But anyway, if you want to get a really nice razor sharp cut, VG10 would be my favorite blade steel. So moving on, then we have the handles. This is Creighton. Man, do I love Creighton. It has nothing cheap about it. It looks, it's rugged, it's grippy, but it won't do any harm to your pocket. For the grip, it's absolutely great, and the looks of it is just great, in my opinion. It's more grippy than the G10, for example, and in my opinion, it looks nicer than the G10, this G10 or this G10. I like I said, again, I love all of those knives. Don't get me wrong, but Creighton, I would go for Creighton over this kind of VG10, that is for sure. Titanium is my favorite kind of material, that is for sure. But if you want to use it, if you it's slicky and I love this material. But for the grip, I would go for this one over the titanium. It makes for a better grip, that is absolutely for sure. Also, you have the FRN from Spyderco, which is nice. Okay, I kind of like it. A lot of you, I know you guys, you love the FRN from Spyderco. I do love it, but no question about it. I would go 100 times for Creighton over the FRN. And needless to say that the aluminum, I just some knives I have with aluminum. It's nice because it's lighter than the titanium, for example. But anyway, I just like the blur, but it's not for the handles. And okay, then you have a lot of carbon fiber. They're kind of sort of, even if it's texture carbon fiber like this one, the grip is good, but nothing compared to the Creighton. So Creighton is one of my favorite also. Here also the shape of the handle is just great. You see, you've got a little belly here. In the palm, it fits just perfectly. This knife, I really do love it. Then, what do we have? The Jimping for if you want to use it really hard for tactical outdoors tasks. Here you've got a really nice Jimping on the liners. You have liners there. They're not drilled, so it's kind of on the heavy side for a knife, but all of you can afford. I don't have the specs, I don't care about the specs, but it's just a decent weight. For sure you can get lighter, that is for sure, but it's okay. It's okay. Liners are great, and here the Jimping here, it's just great with the choil here, and here the Jimping is just, not that much of a Jimping, but the ramp here secures the grip just perfectly. Okay, about the Jimping, I would say that Spyderco is over everyone with those, semi-choil, half choil on the blade, half on the handle, and here the nice Jimping with the ramp. It's just absolutely perfect. This one goes for Spyderco. Yeah, that is for sure. I prefer the Jimping of the Spyderco, whether it be the Paramilitary 2, the Manix here, or even the Sage. That's it's just the same, same way they place their Jimping, and that is great. That is absolutely great. You have some knives also without any Jimping, so I won't lose my time speaking about Jimping. But Jimping for EDC, it's absolutely useless. Only for tactical, tasks. This one I really love to. It's D2 steel. I didn't talk about D2, but that's nice steel. But for EDC, that's kind of neat. I mean, I won't use, and I have no need for Jimping for EDC. But anyway, you have it here, so it's more versatile for using. Then over already 13 minutes. I'll try to make it faster. Then you have the locking system. Okay, you know what? Let's move quickly about this one. Arc lock is my favorite locking system. Not the strongest one. Strongest one would be for sure a lock bar, and the lock bar, it's for sure the stronger one. But I have no complaints whatsoever about the arc lock. And why do I prefer the arc lock over, say, the liner locks, the lock bars, the axis lock, which is quite the same, or similar locking system? Well, I prefer it because it's the smoothest locking system that you can ever find. Look at that. With one finger, okay, you can just disengage. You open it with just one finger. Just one finger. You don't use the two finger. It's really ergonomic, and really I do like it. To open, to close it, that is just absolutely perfect. And believe me, my friend, when I tell you that this blade don't wiggle, and there is no blade play whatsoever, whether it be upside down or side to side. So that's a rock solid system, and I really do like the arc lock over every other system. Axis is just okay, the same. It's just the same system, but the fact that it's here on the axe of the handle makes it for a kind of more difficult to operate, but it's just great also. But I do prefer the arc lock, and even with a big knife like the Fat Cat. I don't know if you know this knife. It's one of my favorite knives also. It's just absolutely smooth. You know what? Okay, let's forget about the Fat Cat. Those, really, it's very hard to get to them. Very hard. You need to put some strength to operate this, and this one, it's just even with the handle, and you have to push it strong to get to it. Okay, so arc lock, my favorite locking system. Then what do we have? Sorry, I'm kind of ill. Then we have the clip. Here the clip also is one of my best feature with the wire clip from the Sage series, or for the I haven't talked about this Techno. Man, do I love the Techno. The wire clip is when it's deep carry like that, it's probably one of my favorite. Nice retention. Overall, I really do prefer probably the wire clip. But yeah, a wire clip and this clip from the SOG, which is really a deep carry in the pocket. I like this pattern here on the clip. The retention is just absolutely perfect. That won't go anywhere. And some say that it's too deep. I don't know what is too deep. What? Let's try it. Okay, that goes in my pocket, and look at the looks of it. And if you want to hide, I dislike showing to everybody that I wear a knife. So it wears perfectly in the pocket, and when you want to use it, okay, you put it like that, you put it in the pocket like that, and you put it like that. I mean, what is the difficulty to get to this knife? It's just absolutely great because you don't see the knife. You can hide it if you want to hide it, and it holds perfectly in the pocket, and you can take it off like that, take it out very simply. Then you have all the operation to open the knife. So here you have a dual thumb stud. I do prefer the Spyderco hole. That is for sure. It's it's more versatile. You have a lot of way to open it, whether it be with the thumb or with the index like that, or with the Spidey trick. Okay, I do prefer, reverse. I do prefer the Spidey hole. The idea of the Spidey hole is just absolutely great. But I like also some studs. So I don't mind, and this one is just absolutely smooth. Then after the thumb stud, you have the flipper, which is not really some say that putting a flipper with the arc lock is just insane. I disagree. The flipper, don't see it as a flipper. It's just taking the blade out of the arc lock, and then after that, just a small flip, and it flies open. Just flies open. I really do. Operating with thumb stud, with the flipper. Again, it's a really versatile way of operating with this knife. And also, look at the detent. You hear a noise like that. That is the blade that tries to escape, but it holds. The detent is absolutely. Oh yeah, I got it now. But the detent is very good. But also, if you want to open it just like that, that opens. And that is something that I really do like, because I like to open this knife on the reverse like that. I really do like that. You can do that with the detent, for example, of the paramilitary. You can push, really pushed hard to open it, but it's kind of difficult. And I kind of like this way also of opening knife. So overall, you see, you understand better probably now why I do prefer this knife. Those are my reasons, but I'm sure that you have yours, and a lot of you guys would prefer, I'm sure, the Reptilian, the Onslaught, the Paramilitary too, for sure, the Sebenza. Feel free to make any comment. I'm doing those videos just for that reason, to share with you and to have your comments also. So feel free to say what you mean, and if by any chance I reason some of you to consider SOG, because SOG is a really strange brand. Uh, they made my best knives, like this one, like the Fat Cat, like the Tomcat 3. Those are really the knives that I really do prefer over probably any other knives. But the other ones are just insanely awful looking blades. Spyderco, I would go for all the line of the Spyderco. There is no knife in Spyderco or benchmade or that I don't like, that I dislike. SOG, or I love them, like love them to death, or I hate them. That is just insane. And they don't advertise that well also about their knives, whatever reason. But when they do a great knife, that is just a perfect knife. Just perfect. So I don't really get this brand. But anyway, I don't care. Since they make great knives sometimes, I'm looking forward for the new models, and hopefully they will make quite a while, because sometimes they will issue the knives with that quality, I hope. So, it's 20 minutes. It's by far my longest video. Again, feel free to make any comment. That was really fun doing a video like that without really a preparation, but a kind of comparison of those knives, which are, again, I really like. So waiting for your comments, and I'm looking forward to meet you for another video. I'm out of here. Bye bye, guys.